The world knows something bad is coming. Now, I've done these videos before, guys, where we have this bad feeling that something big's going to go down. Now, a lot of the times I'm pertaining to what's going on in the United States, but there are a lot of people around the world just noticing something is off. And I don't know if everybody is paying attention to the behavior of the human race because things are getting out of control all over the world. The heinous crimes and acts of violence that are going on all over the world are increasing. People are just doing things that don't make sense. In fact, the self-snitching thing is out of control. People are filming themselves committing crimes. There was a lady who threw her kids in an oven and recorded them baking, cooking, however you want to put it. And if I'm not mistaken, she recorded it and then she sent the video to the kid's father. And obviously he had to witness that. And the woman wound up going to jail. Obviously, right? I mean, like, she didn't get away with it. And you thought she might have done something to herself, but she didn't do that. All right. But again, you're witnessing the acts of violence around the world. And you're seeing migrants, for example, moving into these countries and violating these women. No reason at all, just because they can. Because they did it in their country, now they're doing it here. We're watching people, I think, just become stupider than the day is long for no reason. But what's alarming is the fact that more people around the world are starting to prep. They are getting ready for something that they just have a bad feeling about. And a lot of people, whether it's Reddit or YouTube or Instagram or Facebook, they are coming to the conclusion that something isn't right, something's off, and something bad is coming, and it's big. Now, I still had that feeling. I thought once my son passed away, I thought that might have been the bad feeling I was experiencing. It didn't die down, like, at all. It was displaced for a little bit while I'm still dealing with what I'm dealing with, but it's still there. It's this lingering effect. And it's almost, at this point, a little unnerving. But then when I start reading about other people around the world and what they're experiencing or what they're feeling, and the fact that they are noticing something's off, this is why there's an increase in gun purchases, at least here in the United States. There's an increase in first aid classes and or trauma courses or stop bleeding courses around the world. There are more people who are getting ready for something they don't know what it is. I mean, none of us know. We do not know, guys, when the end of the world is. We don't know what that date is. We don't know what the event's going to be. We just know that it's a bad feeling. There's an uptick in just people wanting to get ready for whatever it might be. I mean, a lot of people are taking first aid courses and trauma courses maybe because of what they're seeing going on around the world. You got people running in the crowds, haphazardly stabbing people to death. You got people running people over with cars. You got people just shooting people. So maybe that's one of the reasons why everybody, again, around the world are picking up. And then you got war in neighboring countries. And maybe they're getting ready for that. People, at least here in the United States, are applying for more. There's an increase in people applying for carry permits, which I find interesting. Guys in my firehouse, more guys in the last 2 years have applied for their carry permits just in my firehouse alone. And then when you go online, you start reading more and more people, even people in New York City, are again looking to carry and applying for the carry permit. Because nobody wants to be caught with their pants down and people want to defend themselves. Again, you have people who are doing heinous acts and it doesn't make sense. In fact, there was a guy here in New York that fondling or diddling a dead man's body in the subways. The man had passed away 7 hours prior to him being diddled by another dude. So things like that are increasing. The weirdness or the volatility of these acts of violence or sexual diddlings, I don't know, are increasing. We're seeing more of it. And all of this to say, guys, is of course, stay ready. Do not let your guards down because we don't know what's going to go on. We had that Trump rally that seemingly came out of nowhere. I saw the call for it the other day. I didn't think anything of it. I didn't think people were going to turn out to it because it was still a little cold. Boy, was I wrong. That turned into a shit show downtown. Now, not a lot of people got arrested. It didn't turn into a riot. Nonetheless, people still came out to protest their hate for Trump. It was more about the tariffs than anything else. Anyway, my point, guys, is that the feeling is seemingly catching on around the world, and people are just not feeling right. Now, here's the other side of the coin. Bear with me. The feeling that we are getting, guys, could be because we are bombarded by negativity all the time. When you go to sleep, when you wake up, negativity. Negative shit is just being transferred maybe all around the world, and that's why people are feeling this way. It could be that. It could be the amount of negativity you're reading, you're seeing, and on Instagram, on TikTok, in the news, you're hearing about it from a friend. Maybe all of the negativity is transferring down to people feeling off or something not feeling good. But again, I've had this feeling before with 9/11, and it did last a couple of years. So that's what I'm hanging my hat on. I'm like, all right, maybe it'll be a couple of years before whatever kicks off really kicks off. We don't know. Nonetheless, guys, we all need to stay prepared, continue to stock our shit, continue to keep training and learning new shit, learning different ways to grow your food, learning different ways to jar your food, can your food, learn different ways to do one thing. Because if one thing fails or it doesn't work out, you have a backup plan for that said whatever it is. Other than that, guys, this is the Angry Prepper. Thank you for watching.